not that I don't want you here. Yeah, yeah. It's something about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. No. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. We can get away. Palm trees, beach views, ordinary day. All I wanna hear is in the visions on replay. Sit right next to you. I try not to show how I feel about you. Think you wish you away, but we don't really want to. I just wanna get away and sit right next to you. I don't wanna kiss you. Yeah, I just wanna feel you. Feel you.
Hello everyone, this is the Global Empowerment Summit. Welcome. I'm really excited to be here with you, and we are here with Sharifah Shawati, and I'm so happy to have her on my show. This year we are celebrating the young and the wise, and we are both together for 42 interactive days. And I would like to just say hi to all of you, and I also would like to say hi to Shawati. Hi Shawati, how are you?
Hi, Andrea. It's so good to be here on this platform. I'm not sure if I'm still young, but I guess I'm wise.
Of course. We are forever young, I believe.
Forever young. We just refuse to grow old, right? So I'm forever young. My heart is young, so that's the most important thing.
That's true. So we are here to empower and encourage everyone through this for 6 weeks, actually, when we are empowering young people and wise people together. And here we are at your personal interview, and I'm really excited about this because I know you achieved so much and you are inspiring so many through your workshops, through your work, through your other. Tell me everything, all right? Tell me all the things you do, and then people will see how active people can be.
Well, it's a very fun and interesting journey. What I do. I love my job. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I always get inspired by the people around me. Actually, whenever I train my participants, I always look forward to see who my participants will be. So I also learn from them. So it's like we're learning with each other. We're learning with each other's strengths and also weaknesses. We get that from them, and also we get inspired by some of the things that they say. And I was always looking forward to see my participants because they give me the energy in the room. Yeah.
That's amazing.
They give me energy as well, because I think every day you go through your life, you learn new things. And when you meet new people, you learn also from the new people that you meet. So it's always interesting that way, because I'm always interested in people to see who they are and how they behave, and their behavioral patterns. So you learn about their characteristics, and this is very important, because when you're in sales or you're in business, you know how to study their characters and behavior, so you know what they want.
And this is where we can tell to the audience actually so many things that you do. Adamaya, you do personal development, you have a show, you are in TV, and you were just too humble to say. I wanted to tell everything about you at the beginning. Tell us about, if you can drive us through your journey and all the things that you did in your life a little bit quickly, that would be great.
Well, I must say that I started with a hair salon. Okay, let's get back to how I started before my hair salon. I was in the airlines for 7 years, and after my school, my high learning institution, education, I joined the airlines because I didn't want to study. I didn't want to pursue my study at that time, because I was interested in studying, and also because that time, I had to be the breadwinner of the family. So I joined the airlines and I got the job, even though my parents didn't want me to join the airlines. I joined the airlines anyway, and they were happy because they could pay only 25% of the, the tickets, and they were always traveling. So I joined the airlines. When I joined the airlines, I'm always looking into something else that I want to do. So while I was joining the airline, I learned about people, and I learned a lot about safety procedures and all that. And I've always wanted to do something in beauty. So when I was in the airline, I met people in beauty, and I networked with them, and I made friends with them. I got in touch with them, and that's how I became a hairstylist, because I left the airlines, and then I was also reading the news. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to go to bring you to this journey, but I was also reading the news while I was in the airlines. And then I left the airlines and did full-time news reading. So when I was doing the news reading, I was also doing talk shows, live talk shows. And that's where I meet all these interesting people. They brought me into beauty line, and I diversify my talents into beauty. And then at the same time, I opened a salon, and I also learned about how to do the hair and makeup. And I got a diploma to do hair. And then I opened a salon, and the list goes on. So I
And go
realized
on and on and on. I want you to go closer to the personal development.
Yeah. So I became a trainer when I realized that a lot of people, some of my friends, was asking me, Shawati, if I go to this function, what do I use? What kind of clothes do I wear? And I said, why are you asking me? I'm not even an image consultant, but I see the way you dress. I like the way you dress, and you always look put together. And I said, really? Oh, okay. So what do you have in your wardrobe? Okay. And then she will tell me what she has in her wardrobe. And I was doing my imagination, thinking, okay, this goes with that and all that. Okay, show me. Take a picture and show me. And then I realized that, why don't I start charging? I always give free consultations. Why don't I start charging? And I realized that could be my attributes. So I went for certification, and I went for this image consultant certification in London as well as Singapore. So I got certified as an image consultant, and then I started doing trainings for people and for the government ministries and corporate organizations, and it went on, and I add values into my contents, added values into my ways of teaching and approach. And I always believe in value adding myself to other things. And I went to do the certification on NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and neurosemantics, where you learn how to, about persuasion skills, about dealing with people, and hypnotism, which I would love to do, but I never get to do hypnotism nowadays, because there are no need to do this hypnotism. And then, of course, hypnotism, you have to ask permission for you to do. And I save that for, deeper reasons. Say if someone is having a mental problem or things like that, having anxiety, so I could actually do that for them. Yeah. So so that's my training. And then I do consultancy works on public speaking and how to present yourself when you become a public speaker, your body language, communication skills and all those things, and your gestures, your face expressions. So that's what I do. And now I'm a media advisor to one of the companies in India, and also a few companies, beauty companies and so forth. So that's what I do now. That's quite a long list.
That's an amazing career, Rawat. So I'm like amazed by the lot of things that you did and how you how you actually fine-tuned yourself on a way towards your future self. It's really, really amazing to see when people are getting the experience, they learning something from it, and they are putting it into their tool sets, and then they create something totally new. It's
all
good
about
to see.
creation, and I love creating, and I'm such a big dreamer. I'm a dreamer. I love to dream. When people say, "Oh, you're always dreaming," I say, "Yeah." Whenever like you're in the car and then you're stuck in a jam, so I don't use that time to to complain about the jam. It's so tiring. So I dream, what am I going to do after this, and what will be my diversification after this. So there's always something that you can diversify in, especially when you're in beauty. You know, what can you diversify in beauty? So training is one thing, and then you produce your products is another thing. And then you come up with perfumes or things like that, and then you come up with clothes, you know. So there's so many things. So I do this mind map even when I'm driving. That's kind of dangerous, right? So you concentrate on the road. But you know, I always do that. I don't care. Sometimes I sing in the car because just to, you know, release my stress. Just do whatever that makes you happy, you know, whenever you feel like it. So it's a free country. You can do whatever and dream whatever, but make sure that you're dreaming awake, because you dream and then you have the determination to actualize the dream. And
That's actually something that I believe we could tell a little bit to people, like how can you actualize this? I talk to a lot of people today, and especially because of the situation all over the world, everyone is starting to be feeling stuck, feeling bored, doing the same thing, not finding new routines, getting very frustrated, depressive. So how you can what are the tips that you can give to people to become active again, to do this kind of dreamy lining and to go for their dreams?
Mm-hmm. So it comes from the dream, definitely. And ask yourself, you know yourself, what is it that you like doing? And whether you have done it or you have not done it, say if you have done it, you have come so far. And I think it's such a waste to turn back and not do anything or stop doing it, because that was your dream. So continue your dream. What is your dream actually? So as for example, for my dream is, and I've always wanted to do something in beauty and helping other people and making people feel good, because I believe that if I make people feel good, I feel good myself. And that's where I got my energy from, especially when I'm on stage. I get this really, you know, a splash of, I don't know where this energy comes from. I just do it, and I can't stop. And my PA will be, you know, in front of me and say, stop. And I said, and I keep going and going and going. But the thing is, yeah. So think of your dreams. What is your dream? Go back to where your dream was and ask yourself, have I achieved this dream? And okay, maybe I've achieved it, but I stopped halfway. Why? So reignite that dream again. So maybe if you don't like that dream anymore, dream another dream. It's never too late to dream another dream and start something new. Because, you know, time change, and during this pandemic, you're not able to do the things that you have done before. Try something else that maybe you find it gives you another energy that you never knew. You know, so upskill yourself with new skills. Like what I did was I really hate doing online training. I mean, hate is a very powerful word, but yeah, face-to-face training, because I want to feel you, I want to go to you, I want to, you know, interact with my participants, but I'm not able to do that online because of these restrictions. But then I tell myself, do I want to do it or not? If I don't do this, what am I going to do? And if I don't do anything, how do I feel about it? I feel even worse. So I have to do something. So like it or not, you have to adapt. So adaptation isn't one thing. You have to keep adapting yourself to change. Because if you want change, you've got to do something. You've got to do something different, you know? If you're going to do the same thing, then you will never see the change. So the change comes from you. So the change in my position was, I have to move and do some change in my thinking, in my habits, in my routine. So what I do is, right, okay, so I'll learn how to do this online thingy, and I called a friend and I made him spend one whole day with me to teach me everything. And it took me a while. It's not easy. It's not easy, Andrea. You know that I'm still struggling with these technicalities. But one step a day at a time. You can't do everything at once. You got to give yourself some time. You got to give yourself chance to prove to yourself that you can do it. And of course you can, because if you say you can, then you can. And if you already say to yourself that you can't, then you're never gonna ever do it. And I thank the pandemic, really. I always see opportunities in adversities. During this pandemic, people say that, oh, I got nothing to do. No such thing. There must be something that you can do. And I've always procrastinated to further my studies, to further my doctorate. And I'm doing it right now because of the pandemic, because I couldn't go anywhere. I was working from home and I'm still working from home. I can't go anywhere, stuck in the house. And what am I going to do now? And I cannot stop thinking, You cannot let your muscles relax too long because your brain have to work. Got to keep thinking, got to exercise your brain. You got to exercise your muscles in your brain. So I told myself, okay, since I procrastinated long time to do my doctorate, why don't I start my doctorate now? And I started it. Andrea, the pandemic, I started my doctorate and I'm doing it right now. And next year, God willing, I'm going to complete the whole thing. And that will be my personal achievement. So everybody has a sense of fulfillment to themselves in some ways or rather. They want to give to themselves. So find that. What are you going to give to yourself? What makes you happy? What makes you fulfilled? To me, knowledge makes me fulfilled because knowledge is everything. It gives me power. It gives me energy. It gives me the sense of aura of confidence. So I love what I'm doing, and I don't think I can ever tell myself there's nothing to do. There's always something to do. Always. Only if you put your mind to it of what you really want and what gives you that energy. So just do it. Don't think about any other people. Just do it. Don't care about what other people are going to say to you, or you're too old to learn, or no, you're never too old to learn, So that's my take on it. And I forgot your question, I kept talking and I forgot the question.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. So you gave a lot of tips, actually, how people can activate themselves. It starts all with the mind and with the decision of the change and how they can go through it. I believe the biggest problem is that the first step is the hardest step. So the first push, when you have to jump or when you have to change, what was helping you in your life, in your experience, when you had difficult situation and you were afraid? What was the thing that helped you to do the first little step?
The fear. Yeah, everybody has a fear. And of course, I have my own fears when I first started. But when I was in school, I was feeling I had this low self-esteem in school because I couldn't speak English, and I felt the stress every time I go to school. And one day, I see everyone talking to each other, but they're not talking to me because I couldn't speak in English. And I go back home, I read the newspaper, I read out loud the newspaper. And even though my grandma was wrong, I just did it